Well, tomorrow we're pulling up stakes at Pachanga RV Resort and heading to Newport for my cousin's wedding. And so today is shopping day, and we're going to visit the Temecula Quilt Company in Temecula and Primitive Gatherings in Murrieta. We'll bring you along on this trip, and there'll be slideshows either on the Woolly blog or also on the Quilt Show blog in a week or so. Other than that, we're having a great time.
So which one you decide?
Here I am at Primitive Gatherings in California, and they opened last year in February and are now a quilting mecca for anybody who likes primitive or wool. They are located in Murrieta, California. I hope that you're able to come here and shop, and I know I am going to be here for a few hours. I can already tell. Well, I'm exhausted from a full day of shopping. I started out at the Temecula Quilt Company in Temecula, and it was absolutely adorable. You must make an effort to visit Cheryl at the Temecula Quilt Company. I had lots of great shopping there. I had to be careful because I couldn't figure out if I already had something or not. So I ended up buying this pattern by Lori Smith, and in the shop these types of patterns are created to fit in an 18 by 24 inch frame that you can get at Michael's. So someday I hope to be framing that. Some yummy wool. And then I found out that Cheryl's husband makes all these really cute little boxes from yardsticks. And so I had to have all of those little boxes. I also like this little case with toothpicks in it. No, it's not for picking your teeth. It's for, she pops her little hexies out of there when they're folded up into the little patterns. And then this is absolutely adorable. It is not for a miniature man's slacks, but in fact, there is a quilt, a miniature quilt in this magazine, Make It Mini, Small Quilts and More. And this little quilt here, that is, the instructions are inside the magazine, hang off of this little hanger. Now, isn't that adorable? All of these things you can order online from Sherry at the Temecula Quilt Company. Oh, and I forgot. I bought the kit for that little mini quilt that was in this magazine that goes on this hanger. So that's what I purchased at the Temecula Quilt Company. Then the next stop was Primitive Gatherings. excuse me, they have moved, well, they haven't actually moved. They've added a second store in Murrieta, California. And although I have not been to the shop back in Wisconsin, I think that one, if it's any more spectacular than this one, I can't even imagine it. And this shop in Murrieta is managed by Drew, who you have got to be very careful, because if you're within 5 feet of her, she'll somehow convince you need half of the shop. So be prepared. She is such a great salesperson and so fun to talk to. But here's what I got there. I bought a Primitive Gatherings kit for the apple cobbler table mat, only because I didn't really have any summer type table mat, and this was really cute, and the apples were so adorable. This photograph does not do just this pattern justice, but the quilt is awesome, and it's called Forget Me Not by Sherry. And I thought this would be a perfect quilt to make for the RV, for G and I traveling along the road, because there is a little man and woman down there at the bottom. Of course, Jeff Mom's Patterns has a woolly, has a beehive. Couldn't pass that up. And then I've been looking for dirty snow wool. Found that. Then I found these awesome little triangle papers that are made just for charm packs. So I'm going to make a whole lot of 1-inch half square triangles. Took my Primitive Gatherings thread book in with me and added 3 more threads that I did not have. Forgot pins from home. I can hear Ruth saying, if she only made a list. And then I found these cute little, I don't know if you call these little 2-inch, they're really much smaller than you see in the little packs that we usually get at the quilt store. These are a little bit smaller, but I'm going to do hexies out of these, white and like a white and blue. And then look at these. Are these just the most adorable little, triangles already cut up? And there's 60 pieces of 30 different prints in each one. So I'm going to make a little tumbler block miniature quilt already cut out. Might do it this trip. And that's what I did. That's the damage I did here in California. Boy, is it going to be a long trip. We might have to sell some food on the way to get more fabric. Oh!